It didn't even notify me. It didn't even let me know. It didn't give me a countdown or nothing. But I'm live. What's up, people? Let me go and sit down as I'm talking to you guys. I'm gonna sit on here for a little bit and wait for people to come in. I know. I was supposed to had done this yesterday, but I got tired and I'm like, I'm going to sleep and so on and so forth. So now I'm here and we can talk about this. We can talk about deconstructing the New Testament. So you guys know, my field of study is I deal with the Old Testament, but I can do the New Testament a lot. I can work with the New Testament. And a lot of times people don't understand the New Testament. Hey, good afternoon. A lot of times people don't understand the New Testament because they're not familiar with the Old Testament concepts that the New Testament is using. They're not familiar with the Greek concepts the New Testament is using. And so we read the New Testament and we have no idea what we are looking at all. So I'm gonna wait for people to come in and you guys ask your questions. And you guys can ask me Old Testament questions as well. I was going through yesterday some of the things in the New Testament as far as the gospel and what the gospel meant in its original cultural context. Because when we as Americans think about the gospel, we automatically think about the good news of Jesus and Jesus died on the cross. And yeah, that's the gospel, but there's another cultural layer of the gospel. So when Jesus was alive, when Jesus was a man, thank you for the people sitting in hearts. When Jesus was a man, Jesus was born in the Greco-Roman Empire. I'm gonna try and bring my table up so I'm not leaning so forward. I'm gonna try and bring my table up. Jesus was he was born in the Greco-Roman Empire. Jesus would have been born in what's called the Pax Romana. Now, the Pax Romana, that means Roman peace. The Roman peace was a time in history when the Greco-Romans, they took over the western eastern side of the world. So the Roman Empire, they had basically shut the world down and they took it over. The Roman Empire took over the world so much to the point where when Jesus was alive, there had not been any Roman wars. There had not been any wars in Rome and in any Roman provinces for 400 years. So when Jesus is talking to his disciples and he says things like there will be wars and rumors of war, wars would have been something of a fairy tale to the disciples. So when Jesus was born during the Pax Romana. And the Roman emperor, the emperor of Rome at that time, when Jesus was first born, would have been Caesar Augustus. Now that's important because when you think about Son of God in your modern Christian context, you think about Jesus. We all think about Jesus when we hear Son of God. But when a Greco-Roman in the first century would have heard the term Son of God, they would have thought about the Roman emperor. They would have thought about Caesar Augustus. Because Caesar Augustus was known as the Son of God. Caesar Augustus was the son of Julius Caesar, and Caesar Augustus claimed that Julius Caesar was God, and with him being the son of Julius Caesar, he was God's son. So when Jesus is running around saying that he's the Son of God, everybody would have known, or everybody would have been like, what do you mean you're the Son of God? The Son of God is Caesar Augustus. And Jesus comes onto the scene and Jesus is like, no, Julius Caesar is not the Son of God. I'm the Son of God. So then you get to the whole piece about the gospel. And if you don't know anything about the gospel, originally the good news was not about Jesus. Originally, that term gospel. The Greek is euangelion. The euangelion, or the good news, originally was the good news of the Roman Empire, and that the Roman emperor brought peace to the Roman world, and the Roman emperor brought the Pax Romana. He brought Roman peace. And that was the good news. It was the good news of Caesar Augustus, the good news of the Roman Empire. And what would happen is the Roman Caesar would send out apostles. An apostle was a leader of a group of people called a church. And an apostle would be sent out to go to a city or a town or a place so he could tell these locations about the benefits of being a part of the Roman emperor, or the Roman Empire. And if you became a part of the Roman Empire, they would build latrines and they would build stadiums, and all these great things would happen. But if you rejected the message of the Roman emperor, then they would come back and they would decimate everyone. So that originally was the gospel. And you see with Jesus and his disciples that they took that concept and they turned it on its head. Paul becomes an apostle, and Paul plants churches, and these churches preach the good news of Jesus. And if you become a citizen of the kingdom of God, you get all of these benefits, and you become a child of God, and you become a son of God. But if you reject it, then when Christ returns, when Christ comes back, then everybody will be decimated, and it'll be really bad news. So Jesus, in his first century context, he took a concept, a Greco-Roman concept, and he Judaized it, basically. He made it Jewish. He made it his. And so when we think about Son of God and gospel and good news, these things don't pop into our mind. But they should. They should pop into our mind. But we just don't have the context for this stuff. So when it comes to the New Testament, and when it comes to New Testament studies, we pick up this Bible and we have no idea what this stuff means. We have no idea what this stuff is talking about. That's why I wrote my books. If you guys don't have my books, go to the link in my profile, check out my books, Secrets of the Bible from the East. I actually renamed them. The first book is Why Christians Can Say Adam and Eve Don't Exist. And the second book is If Adam Didn't Exist, What About His Genealogy? I covered the title of the third book. It's called Reading the Bible with the Mind of an Ancient Israelite. The fourth book that I wrote is Weird Things People in the Bible Believed. And then I have a fifth book called Godly Manifestation, Taking Back Secrets the World Stole. So you can get those books by going to the link in my bio. They come in a bundle. If you like the information I give out, if you like the content I share, definitely pick those up. We got 2 people in here so far. Let me know if you guys can hear me, if you guys can see me, if you guys got any questions on the New Testament. I might just keep this short, but I know I said I was going to do a video. I was going to talk about this stuff because people are running around, and like I said, they don't have a hell in the blue clue what this stuff in the Bible is talking about and who it's talking to and why it's written. What about the Black Jesus of Nazareth? I have that book. That's a book I wrote. It's called The Adventures of Black Jesus and Little Nazareth. It's a satire book. You can get that by going to the link in my bio as well. Go to the link in my profile. That's a satire book, completely satire, completely written as a joke to be funny. That's what people like. So if anybody has any questions, whatever, let me know. If not, I guess I'm gonna close this live out and I'll probably drop some more shorts. But I wanted to just have like live videos where I talk to you guys and I give out some information. Because I know I need to make more long form content. I don't really make long form content. Making long form content kind of sucks. It kind of sucks making long form stuff. I'm gonna try and make some more long form content for you guys. I know you guys have a lot of questions and you guys want to figure a lot of things out and things like that. But if nobody else has any questions or anything like that, I guess I'm gonna hop off here. This was just this is 10 minutes, not bad at all. And in that 10 minutes, you guys probably learned a whole lot more about the New Testament than you guys probably have ever known. Just doing a quick little recap, just the gospel is Greco-Roman influence. It's very Hellenized. The concept of the gospel of Jesus is a counter gospel against the gospel of Caesar, and how Caesar was the son of God and how Caesar brought peace to the world. This is why in John chapter 14, when Jesus is about to leave, Jesus says to his disciples, "Peace I give to you and peace I leave you with, but not the peace that the world gives." Some translations say, "Peace I give to you and peace I leave you with, but not the peace that the Roman Empire gives." So the peace that Jesus is giving is supposed to be in contrast to the peace that the Roman Empire was providing for people at the time. So with that being the case, it's been 10 minutes. I've been on here for a little bit. I guess a lot of people will catch this later, watch this at work or whatever the case may be. I'm off here. Get my books by going to the link in my profile. If you want to support me, if you want to learn more about this stuff, everything's in my bio. You guys have a good rest of the day.